at the Jews and you look at Moses, you look at the prophets that God sent to Israel, and you look at the Jews' condition. Have they deviated? Come on, come on! Have they deviated? What's wrong with your mouth? You can't talk? I say it then. They deviated. You think you following Jesus? Talk to me. You think you following Jesus as a fornicator, an adulterer, a homosexual, a murderer, a liar, a thief? Come to me. You think you following Christ? You're a liar and a hypocrite. You don't know the man. If you knew him, you would do better than what you're doing. You got him in name, but you don't have him in spirit. The book said, in the day of judgment, you will come up to him, and he will say, depart from me, you workers of iniquity. I know you not. Look at the condition of the church and tell me, is that the church of Jesus Christ, or is it in deviation? I know what you're going to say. Well, mine is the right church. It could be, but it ain't necessarily so. What about Muslims? Come on, Muslims. Is this the real community of the prophet? If the prophet came back today, he would have to start right in Mecca cleaning house. You split up our religion into sects and parties. Christ was not a Methodist. He wasn't an Episcopalian. He wasn't a Baptist. He wasn't a Church of God in Christ. He wasn't a Pentecostal. He was a witness of Jehovah, but he never called himself a Jehovah Witness. Come on now, let's talk. These are names that you put on your scholarship. And you meet your brother, and you argue, and you fight. And there's been more killing in the name of God, all right, than in any other name. We are all lost and gone out of the way. I say this to Caucasian people. It has been your turn to rule. God allowed you to rule over his people. And you have not ruled with justice. You have set up a rule based on white supremacy. I am better. That's the way you set up your rule. I'm better. I'm better. All dark people, ain't nothing happening. That's it. The blacker you are, shame, shame, shame. And if you look at us as black people in every religion, we catching it, boy. Right. White folk were the first Baptists. And they didn't treat us right, so we broke away from them and we became Second Baptist. Am I lying? Talk to me, Baptist. You know I'm telling it right. Your master on the plantation said I'm a Methodist naturally. You took his name. He was Mr. Jackson. You became Jackson. He was Mr. Washington, you became Mr. Washington. But if he was a Methodist, you call yourself, I'm a Methodist, like my master. Who you is? I'm a Methodist. I'm Jackson, a Methodist. I'm Henry Thomas, the Baptist. I'm Lawrence Jones, a Catholic. And when the Methodists didn't treat us right, we moved from them and we became the African Methodist Episcopal. Because white folk haven't treated us right in no religion. And you know I'm right, Muslims. I go in my Muslim world. And I've chided them. I beat the hell out of them, man. I sit with the rulers. They have my black brother serving tea and coffee. All the time. Come on, go ahead. And the black one tipping in. And I gotta sit there and watch my brother humiliate. I went to Kuwait. Go ahead. My little Kuwaiti brother throwing his headdress back. And he called my black brother in to serve us coffee. And the way he acted, I just whipped him. You know, in the presence of the black brother. The brother shaking. He got out the door. He found out where we stayed, and that night he snuck by the hotel. He said, I'm a graduate of Al-Azhar University. Had his master's degree, and he was running around like a flunky for an Arab who didn't have his credentials, but he was black. You can't tell me racism don't exist in the world of Islam. Right. Racism exists in the whole world of religion. The bloodstream of religion is corrupted. I am better than you, and because you're black, you are not supposed to be able to be in scholarship. The Mormons just recently admitted us. They got a new revelation. And you keep going for this, wanting to be approved and accepted by white people. So you make a damn fool out of yourself so that white people can accept you. Now they give you blue eyes. You can go buy you some blue eyes. You can blonde your hair and make a damn fool out of yourself so that white folk can accept you. And they laugh at you because you have no respect for yourself. I wouldn't give none of them the credit. They told me, Mr. Farrakhan, you cannot dress in suit. You must dress like the prophet. He dressed in dress, and you must grow a beard, and this is the way the prophet was, and you must represent that. He sat me down to dinner, and he put his hand in the bowl because they eat with their hands. They wash their hands, and it's the Eastern and African way, you know. I said, do you have a fork? He said, oh, brother, we have fork, but this is the way the prophet ate. And if you eat like this, you will have many blessings. I said, brother, do you have a fork? said, but don't you want the blessings? I said, those are blessings I don't need. Bless me with a fork. And then I just whipped it behind. I said, let me tell you something. I said, you gonna tell me about the dress of the prophet? The prophet rode a camel. I seen you ride up in a Benz. Where the hell is your camel? The prophet didn't live in no damn palace. Why don't you get a tent? I say, you are people that strain at a gnat and swallow a camel. Look beyond my dress and see me as I am. Don't try to make me an Arab. I am a black